you're creating your application, try to go firstly with end-to-end tests. When you are vibe coding or just using agents to generate the code. This is one of the most important stuff. So for example, we have here a test application with some logic, just to do adding and etc. You need to specify and create end-to-end tests, for example, with Playwright. And here's the thing, that when you're creating the code by yourself, you're always checking that. Like, you're adding the button, etc. You're running that application, you're trying to discover if it works. Sometimes when we're making vibe coding or agent coding, you're not checking that right. You're just looking at the code, it looks good, but you're not running the test. And that's okay. Like when you're not doing that by yourself, like clicking on it, etc. But you always need to run end-to-end tests. So one of the things, for example, when you're debugging AI agent, please create your end-to-end test so you'll be sure that AI agent didn't broke anything. And then when you're creating, for example, a prompt, you can discover a lot of the videos how it should be done better. But for example, add me please possibility to add images. You can use in any model you wanna. There are a lot of the videos. Which one is better to use? How is better to set in your Codex, Claude, or Copilot, or any other models? But important thing here that's during this session, try to check what he has been written on. So sometimes what AI is making is over engineering, making something like good, looks like professionally, but it could be done much easier. So in our case, it's good when you have, for example, GitHub, Git, and you can check it here. I didn't initialize that, I just forgot it. But you can check, for example, what is showing us. It looks like completely good idea, like normal code, but the thing is that sometimes it's making a little bit over engineering. So try to check out the code and try to make it maybe easier. For example, you can even try to go like to save that in your commit and say something like, great, but can you make logic easier? As one of the ideas that I have and can propose to you. So it will regenerate that to make that simplifier, not creating any custom hooks that no one will be working on. So, like right now. So he discovered that maybe some of the things should not be done and just removing that. That's okay. It depends on the situation that you have. But when you're running that, be sure that you has been run your end-to-end tests by just, for example, in our case, by just running npm run test end-to-end. And here's the thing, I mostly propose to you to run end-to-end tests rather than unit testing, because unit tests often can be overwritten by AI, so they can configure that to fit their needs. So that's why end-to-end test helps here better. But that's not only the one thing that I wanted to propose to you doing when you're working with AI. Try to focus on the system designing. So AI can make everything you wanna on different languages. That's great. It even can create the design of the system, also nice. But here is the thing, that human will work with human projects. So you need to systematically understand what the human needs and create the design based on the human needs. So that's, I think, one of the most important stuff that engineers will be doing right now. So try to focus on that. Try to watch videos on how system design works, etc. What instruments do we have? For example, Sentry. If you haven't been working with Sentry, that's an amazing thing that Sentry.io, no, this one, that helps you to discover the bugs that has been going in the production and instantly helping you to notify about that. Then you can create the skill that will be able you to help to fix that as fast as it can. It has replies, it has a lot of the different features, so trying to use this one. Try to not just say that AI agent optimize that, fix all of the bugs that it has. It will try to do that, but the real users will always show the truth of what do you have. And try not to optimize the things that are looking good and won't be probably breaking on. The creating of the stable system will be the most important right now, because it's not a problem in the performance or the possibility that we don't have enough effort. It's the thing that the application should be stable, and to make it stable, try to use AI as a tool and use different instruments to help you make your application stable. That's the core thing, especially with AI agents. You can use, for example, Sonar, programming, SonarQube, if I'm not mistaken. This one. This one helps you to discover the quality of your code. For example, something hasn't been covered by tests. Some lines are duplicated. Something should be maintainability, or for example, you're going to the next Node.js or something like that, and some of the things should be changed. Sonar can help you to show that. So that's one of the things that AI should not do, because it will be over context. It will take a lot of the tokens, and you have the tools that has been created for a long time ago and are stable and help you to make your code stable right now. So I think that when you're creating your, for example, startup application, trying to debug your code, try to make it as stable as you can. Use different tools to create the system of creating the features stable. With AI, not a problem to create any feature. The problem to make it stable. So these things will help you to make them stable. That's why one of proposition that I have for you, when once more time you're debugging the code, you're trying to check if it's not over engineering, you're trying to run end-to-end tests to double check that everything is okay, even if you think that this code is pretty simple, it won't break anything. So for that, create the system of development. So system of development. For that, what you can do? Well, firstly, you're creating a feature. Of course, all of us should create the feature. Secondly, when you have done creating the feature, always create tests. And here it should be done in the two ways. So first one, unit test, where it should be done, and the most important one right now is end-to-end test, because end-to-end test, that's a business flow that will be done and will be seen by the specific person, your user. After that, go with quality check. Quality check. It can be Sonar, it can be Linter, it can be whatever else, but try to make that quality gate upper as you can. And while I think that could be enough for going great with any of your applications, try to go AI here. So create test, unit test, okay, it also could be mostly done by AI. Maybe a part can be done by AI, but most of the tasks end-to-end should be done by the person, because you're the one that will accept that this solution will work great. And quality check also can be done by a part of AI, but most important, by tools. by tools, you should check if the quality gate is good, etc. So for example, when you're using this tool, it shows you a branch. If the branch has a great quality to be merged, for example, to the master or to the developer. And then after all of that, the core of the system is automation. And here's the thing, not AI, automation. So when you're creating the merge request, it's automatically tests all the impact files. So for example, you make a change here, it runs instantly end-to-end test that was done in that place. So it's not running all of end-to-end tests, but the specific one, based on the changes that you have done, it automatically creates a link to your code. So for example, you don't need to run it locally, you can send it to your QA engineers, etc. So everyone will be able to look at that without running your application. Also, you can create regress testing, so you're running the pipeline that will automatically mark all the tests as great and ready to go. So for example, TestRail, incredible product for testing that where you can mark, for example, a list of tests where it is. Maybe I will be able to show you here that. Maybe on the images it will be better. Yeah, for example, you have a feature, and to pass that feature, you need to have like 5 tests. Manually, that should be done, that should be passed, and then if they are good, you can go. And also these things could be optimized. Some tests should be manual, some should be end-to-end tested. So when you're running regression test, all the automated one will be automatically checked. So that's why, remember, right now, creating the feature is not as hard, especially with AI tools. The most important is system design, how you will design your end-to-end solution for that, how you will discover business needs. So if you're the engineer, try to go and understand more of the business needs of the thing that you are trying to do. And the next thing, try to make your quality as good as it can be. Not just saying AI, do whatever you can, but by using the tools. There are a lot of them. For example, these 3 at least will help you to create at least I think 95% of the most quality applications that we have. That's what I wanted to say for you, and I hope that this one will help you. If you have any ideas, please write down in the comments. See you!